Welcome back. So, it looks like we're finally getting APCs. I put out a video, I think a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, that was talking about how they ought to add Mechanized Infantry. Well, I know that a week or two is too short for them to have listened to me, but I am kind of happy that we're actually getting them nonetheless. So, we have a pre-order up for APCs for the USSR and for Germany. And that's super exciting. What's doubly exciting is that they are, in fact, going to act like a mobile rally point, which is one of the things I believe I mentioned. Or at least it's something that I mentioned in days following. I can't remember if it was in the video or not, but it's something that I've discussed since then. So they're going to be similar to an engineer's rally point, but obviously they're going to be more durable and faster. You'll be able to pick up your teammates, and this part is particularly interesting about driving behind enemy lines, so I'm curious if that'll include the ability to go into the gray zone, or if that's just them being symbolic or whatever. Even while under fire, so I'm sure they'll stand up to small arms. I imagine the heavy machine guns can probably punch through the sides of them, but maybe they'll be resistant to that. Certainly the AT weapons will be able to take them out. And you can even leave it like a normal rally point. So, each squad is going to have 6 soldiers of different classes. One is a driver, and the rest are various specialists. And the rally point is active as long as the vehicle hasn't been blown up. Now, it's a half-track, so it's a pretty big vehicle. It's like a little battle bus, so I'm sure that people will see them laying around and throw a TNT pack on them. I'm sure they're not going to be terribly hard to take out. But that is really exciting. I think I saw somewhere in here them talking about how many people they would hold. Either way, they won't be out until the next update, which we're getting Ardennes and we're getting Mechanized Infantry, so that should be super exciting. It's the 21st Panzer Division, the 125th Panzer Grenadier Regiment for the Germans, and the 95th Tank Brigade Motorized Infantry Battalion for the USSR, who are running an M3, given to them under Lend-Lease. I'm a little bit surprised we're getting them for Russia and not America. To be honest, for Russia, I would have loved to have seen them get a T-34 and had the Russians riding on the roof of it. But I'll take a half-track too. It's nice that it's getting a 50 cal, so it'll have a lot of firepower. Go up to 72 kilometers an hour, so you'll be zooming across the map. I'm not too concerned about the amount of ammo. Right there we go. So you can hold 15 soldiers. So you have a 6-man crew with the driver and 5 dismounts, and you'll be able to pick up 10 more. So I'll be curious to see how they actually perform in game, if your teammates spawn directly into it and have to get out, or if your teammates spawn around it. If they spawn straight into it, then while you're driving to the front, they'll be able to spawn in with you, and you'll all be able to pile out towards the end, which will make for really interesting tactics, but it's probably not going to help with the current paratrooper spam. Depending on how these spawn, I imagine that they're going to use the rider slot, so you'll be able to get, I think, up to 2 of them in the current rider setup. I don't remember exactly how riders go. I know you can take up to 2 on a lineup, but I'm not sure how many you can spawn at once in a game, since riders are pretty uncommon. But assume that you can run 2 of them. So imagine you're attacking a point and you start the game with 2 of these riding in, and a few of your, let's say you're a 4-man squad, 2 of these are riding in, and 2 of your teammates are airdropping in behind them. You could cause some hefty damage with that. A lot of shock and awe right there. Plus, imagine some of your teammates are bringing in tanks. We're really moving towards the whole combined arms play. I know you can only get 4-man squads, but as the meta develops, I can imagine getting 2 tanks leading 2 of these half-tracks in with planes getting they get a slightly delayed spawn, but they come in and give them support while the paratroopers secure and interdict the enemy backlines. If you get even a remotely coordinated team, you could cause a lot of damage trying to capture a point. So I'm looking forward to that. Then on the German side, they have an MG34, so not a heavy machine gun, but they do get more ammo, but I'm, again, not terribly concerned by ammo. I doubt you're ever going to run out. And it's a little bit slower, but it gets the same size. So, what all do you get if you get this? Well, you're getting a nickname decoration, you're getting a portrait, you're going to get 400 gold total, 2 squads, and the whole thing's going to set you back about 40 bucks. Which, if you want to see what they look like in action, they have these lovely little videos on the store page, and right here you can see the squad. 6 dudes, 1 half-track. Pretty decent looking uniforms. Same thing for the Germans. I'm really curious to see where they go with this moving forward. There's a lot of different half-tracks that were fielded on both sides of the war, so there's a lot of different options that they have. And you can see there's a variety of gear just here. You got fellas with rifles, you got a fellow with an MP40, fellow with what looks like an MG34, and he looks like he either has a Panzerfaust or an Offenrohr, so you really will be able to take a whole variety of specialists with you. But all in all, it looks very interesting, super cool, and Mechanized Infantry, something that I've wanted to see for a very, very long time. So now that they're getting here, maybe we'll see slightly bigger maps open up with the Ardennes. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But all in all, this is a pretty sweet development. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And definitely get out there and win your games and enjoy the merge.